Hey guys, welcome back to another one. This is another Theta update video, and if you like this content, please like and subscribe to the channel. It does mean a lot. Alright, in a previous video, I went over Coinbase and why Theta is not currently listed on Coinbase. This video will be a follow-up video to that and why Theta may be listed and sooner than we think. So let's check out CoinMarketCap, and if we look at even scrolling through the top 50 coins, most of these coins are listed on Coinbase. And then we get to Theta, and Theta is not listed on there. There's multiple reasons why. One place you can check, and I check every now and again to see if it is, on Coinbase Ventures, but this is an arm of Coinbase, and if you see a cryptocurrency listed here, more than likely it'll probably pop up on Coinbase sometime in the relative near future. And if we scroll through here, Theta is not on there, like I said in my last video. And in the last video, I went over this guide to listing assets on Coinbase. And the too long didn't watch, we meet most of the criteria for the Theta token, but one criteria that kind of gets a little questionable is the degree of centralization. And a couple things to highlight: the network has centrally controlled nodes or validators that can collude to influence the state of the blockchain. Maybe a central team is in control of enabling or maintaining the platform's functionality or code. So if you just look through this little section right here, it's not 100% certain, but that degree of finality is something that Coinbase, they are a publicly listed stock. They want to make sure that it's 100% sure. So if we check out these enterprise validator nodes, these are the guys who have a huge stake in Coinbase, as well as Theta Labs himself, as we know. And checking out this is how the Theta ecosystem works. Just a quick refresh for you guys. It's a joint mesh network with validators, guardians, and edge nodes. The validator's purpose is to finalize new blocks. The guardians seal the blockchain by collectively signing the checkpoint blocks, and the edge nodes are responsible for data delivery, so they're the workers. But if we check out some other articles, we kind of get a better perspective as to what percentage of the overall Theta ecosystem these validators have. And it came out not too long ago, on August 27th, when Theta released the Theta Validator Unstaking to accelerate future ecosystem growth. And in this article, they alluded to, how much of the stake that they have. So by unstaking a huge chunk of their Theta tokens, they are selling it off. But you can see that this also furthers the decentralization of Theta network, with Theta Labs reducing its stake percentage from about 28% to 25% of the total Theta stake among all validators and guardians. So with that being said, you can see that Theta still has a pretty good chunk of the entire Theta coins. So if we go back to the guide to listing, the degree of centralization, having a quarter of the voting power, essentially, that is still a lot to kind of be somewhat centrally controlled. This made me think of, Robert Kiyosaki, and if you read his books, it's kind of just a mind shift. So instead of thinking, oh, because of that, Theta will never be listed on Coinbase, the question should be, how can Theta be listed on Coinbase? And I think that has been thought about by the Theta team. Even though they haven't come out with it, they are en route to doing that. So the way I kind of discovered this was looking at all of the coins that Coinbase currently has. There's a lot of them, like I said. Theta is not one of them, but a couple of them stood out. It's these wrapped tokens. So there's wrapped Centrifuge, there's wrapped Luna, and as we know, wrapped Bitcoin. And I just want to read a little bit of the wrapped Centrifuge just so you can kind of get an understanding of what I'm getting at. So the wrap centrifuge is an Ethereum token that's intended to represent centrifuge on the Ethereum blockchain. So wrap centrifuge is not centrifuge, but rather a separate ERC20 token that is designed to track centrifuge's price. So it is not centrifuge itself. So even if centrifuge was not a, something that followed all of the rules on this guide right here, it is an ERC20 token, so an Ethereum token that even Congress and the SEC, Gary Gensler, says is sufficiently decentralized. It's something that tracks the price of it. So that in and of itself could be the workaround. And you can see the same thing with Wrap Luna and Wrap BTC. And to further, this understanding, here's a quick little article, Understanding Wrap Bitcoin and Wrap Token Framework. How does this happen? So a lot of these tokens, they've moved over to Ethereum more so in the past, years, because BTC in and of itself does not have smart contracts. But if you wrap BTC, then you can utilize Ethereum smart contracts with Bitcoin. And there's a couple different ways to look at it. But in order to do this, I'll scroll down a little bit more. There's a couple key roles. So we need a custodian, we need a merchant, and a user. And someone needs to mint the coins, and then also there needs to be burning taken into account as well. So after initial exchange, merchants aim to maintain a buffer of wrap tokens so that they can exchange it with users. So it's a two-step process, but I think this process is underway. And this is something I didn't catch on to before when I read this article about the Meter Passport integration with Theta. And if we check this out, Meter Passport, it's a cross-chain bridge that connects a bunch of blockchains, some of them being Ethereum, Avalanche, Binance Smart Chain. And when the article first came out, the way I was reading it, which is also, the way Theta intended it to be, is the Ethereum developers focused on entertainment and media services. They can now easily move over to Theta, which is the premier blockchain for that. Now that we have the Meter Passport bridge, you can move T-Fuel or any TNT20 token from the Theta blockchain to Ethereum. And I'll just highlight that one. And there's a couple immediate benefits. They did talk about DeFi a little bit, saying that we could move it into Uniswap or integrate it into other popular DeFi protocols. But the thing that made me think a little bit more, when you read through the example down at the very bottom, it's number 7 right here. So when the transaction is complete, I'll read it. On Theta testnet, that 10 T-Fuel is now locked and removed from T-Fuel supply, and a corresponding 10 T-Fuel has been created as a wrapped ERC20 token on the Ethereum testnet. So by doing so, a wrapped T-Fuel ERC20 token can now be used just like any other ERC20 token on Ethereum. So this is the workaround right here. They didn't come out and say it, but this is a way to take a Theta token or the Theta token, or wrap it, and then move it to the Ethereum blockchain. And by moving it to the Ethereum blockchain, there is sufficient centralization where we can follow the Coinbase guide to meet this criteria right here, which is the main thing that Theta is kind of struggling with. So in summary, I think Meter Passport is the way that Theta and T-Fuel, probably T-Fuel first, moves onto Coinbase. And watching an interview with Wes Levitt, the Meter Passport is moving to mainnet within the next couple weeks. So this might happen sooner than we think, guys. So once again, if you like this content, please like and subscribe to the channel and let me know what you think in the comment section below. I'll see you on the next one.